Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Jeremy and Andrew Show. And now, here are your hosts, Jeremy and Andrew.
Hi, guys, and welcome to a very special episode of the Jeremy and Andrew Show.
Yeah, welcome back. We're happy to have everybody here with us. Monday night, a lot to jump into.
Monday, fun day.
Monday, fun day. As you guys know, we appreciate if you could like, share, and subscribe. We want more and more viewers. We put the show out every Monday night at 6 p.m. I'm Andrew G.
I'm Jeremy H.
And we are going to jump right into it. So there's a lot of news going on. Mm-hmm. I mean, we got to kind of start with the most current event, I think, which is the bridge.
Oh, yeah.
So the bridge collapse, that was pretty terrifying.
If you are somebody who's really afraid of heights, like I am, that is the sum of all fears.
Yeah, I am too. I got a little joke about the being afraid of heights. But yeah, it is not something that I like. Freaks me out. Even like a movie when they like kind of do like the bird's eye view if somebody's hanging over a cliff or something, man, I feel it in my palms and at the bottom of my feet.
I've had like vivid bad dreams about falling off a water tower to my death.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's a water tower. It just is.
Yeah, you should stay far away from water towers for the rest of your life.
I try. So yesterday, I still have to do my job. Mm-hmm. So I had to pick a gentleman up and take them to a rehab in Philadelphia. Mm. So I'm going over to Platte Bridge.
Yeah.
And for the first time in my life, I am really noticing that I'm on a bridge.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's not something that usually has bothered me. Oddly enough, coming back from Jersey a couple weekends ago, we found ourselves in traffic coming over the one bridge from Jersey. I'm not good with the names. I guess it was the Ben Franklin or one of those. But it kind of comes out and then you go kind of right in the toll plaza.
Yeah.
Well, it was so backed up that we were pretty far back on the bridge, and I'm sitting there. And I'm looking over, and there's even a thing that says, like, don't go over this edge, like, fall down, because I guess there's nothing there. Like, if you were to think, oh, I'm going to jump over this and get on that platform that's over there, like, no, there's a huge gap that you don't even realize is there. And I honestly was thinking about, like, what if this bridge fell? I was vividly just sitting on the bridge thinking about this, and then 2 weeks later, this is happening, which is pretty scary.
So I'm on the Platte Bridge with my client in the car, and I say to him, and bear in mind that I'm just getting this guy out of prison. Mm. So I say to him, I'm glad you're here to support me.
Did he know about the bridge?
Oh yeah.
I don't know what, just coming out of jail, I guess it's kind of confusing, just kind of getting up to speed on current events. So.
They get the news.
It depends on if they're in the news or not, I guess.
We held hands. It's not gay if you're trying to keep the bridge from collapsing.
That's true. That's
I
adorable.
kept that bridge from collapsing.
Yeah, it was weird when you docked, though. Yeah, it is freaky. I remember when I was younger, there was one time my dad had my mom drive over this huge bridge, and he loves to drive. But for whatever reason, he had this one thing in his head that day. But yeah, you feel it sometimes too. Like just if you're stuck in traffic on even like an overpass where it's not necessarily a bridge, but there's it's a support. There's somebody under another road underneath you. You're hanging out there, and you just feel it. You feel it moving and rumbling, and it's just it's freaky because it's like, yeah, this type of stuff happens.
So people used to tell me about my my fear of heights, my fear of bridges. Just control your breathing, think about something else.
Yeah.
Close your eyes. I can't. I'm driving.
That's true. Yeah, when you're actually driving, you can't do a lot of that. Not close your eyes. The breathing is important, though. You can definitely focus on the breathing.
If I need to, I'm going to do fucking Lamaze. Just.
So, yeah, the bridge was absolutely insane. I obviously have my own conspiracy theories about things. We won't dive into that today, I don't think. Well, maybe.
Is it my birthday?
Well, I was going to say we should. it's so recent. We can get a little bit more information come to light, but there is a couple things that are fishy about it. Like, they're saying, oh, we're, immediately the federal funding is going to fix the bridge. Well, the bridge, there should be insurance, and if there's insurance, then generally things are going to be investigated, which it's kind of like, why would you come out and say that immediately? Immediately they say it's not terror. Immediately they say it's not a cyber attack. It's like, how do you just come out of the woodwork and say this stuff so quickly, so indefinitely? And when you say it like that, it kind of makes me think, well, maybe there's something more going on. Like, that's just me.
I just want the NTSB to cook. They are the
What's that?
greatest, the National Transportation Safety Board, the greatest detectives on planet Earth about finding out what went wrong.
Well, what's with Pete Buttigieg, or whatever the fuck his name is? He's the Department of Transportation head, and
But the NTSB is apolitical. They just want to find out what the fuck happened.
okay. Well, I want them to go in and I want them to fucking scour, and I want them to get every piece of information they can possibly get and put every
too.
piece of the puzzle together. I saw something about the driver of the ship, the captain. Did you see anything about him?
No.
Ukrainian descent. Like he's Ukrainian. not even just the descent. Not like his Ancestry.com says he's 2% Ukrainian. No. Yeah, it's.
I thought they were all Indian.
Not this guy. You were thinking Dunkin' Donuts.
No, there's no Dunkin' Donuts on that ship.
You 7-Eleven?
Subway. Definitely a Subway.
Eat fresh, baby.
The one thing that might be a little fishy about that is they only had a couple tugboats about halfway. That's a little.
There was some weird stuff, and then when you see the boat sped up, it looks obviously a little bit more malicious than when it's going very slowly, and it's like, oh gosh, it can't stop.
But when it's going slowly, it has less maneuverability. That rudder needs water in speed running over it.
Yeah, there's a lot of information that still needs to come to light. I think everybody's gonna. I think ever since 9/11, we were kind of tricked into war. Everybody's a little bit more skeptical. Even tricked into the Patriot Act. I mean, everything they say is like, it's the Patriot Act.
Well,
it's to help you. It's not really to help you. It's all.
What scares me is you have a lot of terrorists thinking now.
Yeah.
That fucking works.
Right.
We can take over a ship.
Well, that's a huge bridge too for transporting of gasoline. Like it was built because they can't get these big shipments through the tunnels. So that's really going to affect a lot of things.
Oh yeah.
And it's going to affect gas prices. It's going to affect the cost of everything. And
it already is affecting gas prices. I was up in New York today. Oh, Jesus Christ.
You mean New York?
So, Kenny, how do you feel about playing for New York? You mean New York? It's fucking great.
No, I was in the
eastbound and down. I had to at least say it.
I was in the part of New York where everybody's good with a crossbow and shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Dannemora part of New York.
There used to snow.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all pretty wild. You had a good segue earlier. We kind of missed it because you mentioned something that I was going to lead into this whole Nickelodeon documentary thing.
I didn't lead into anything like that. You're hearing shit.
No, I forget what you said, and I was going to segue in, and then you went into something's fishy, and now I lost the segue. But we're going to go into it anyway. So I didn't get to see the documentary.
Neither did I.
So I've just heard a lot. I've seen a lot of clips. I'm not going to get into it because I actually haven't personally seen it. I don't really even want to sit down and watch it. It just seems like, it's going to ruin my childhood already. Then my childhood's already been ruined so much. But it is fishy, again, now we're using this term fishy a lot, that, this guy, Brian Peck, he was the one that basically, kind of took Drake Bell away from his father and, moved in with him and did all this alleged stuff, and not even alleged, I think he even went to jail for some of this stuff, Brian Peck. Comes out of jail, goes right to Disney. So it's like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
Well,
can we stop? Can Disney and Nickelodeon, like, can you actually just be wholesome? Can you, like, just fucking take care of kids? Like, that's kind of your whole duty. Like, why is there got to be all this underhanded shit going on? And then you got P. Diddy and you got Epstein, and we'll get into that, but...
Sometimes the last name just fits the crime.
You can ring my Drake bell.
Yeah.
And then there's the Dan Schneider guy, who honestly he just kind of was creepy. You know, he was just kind of I guess he was a little bit sexist with some of his practices allegedly. You know, but he kind of came out and really apologized for a lot of stuff, and he just that time in his life he was just a creepy dude. You know, probably didn't even realize how creepy he was, but
yeah, well, he was in charge of everything, right?
Yeah, he started like all that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess like, you know, he had somewhat of like a foot fetish, I guess, and there were some weird things about him massaging feet and doing things like that.
So that's why what's her name has a face tattoo now.
Yes, Amanda Bynes, who coincidentally enough we talked about a few shows back. You know, I was kind of on the Amanda Bynes train rather quickly, I would say, because I was just shocked when I saw her. I mean, I just remember her being so fun and energetic and pretty, and I just
hot.
I loved her when I was a kid, and now it's like, what the fuck, man?
She looks like a Daytona Beach stripper.
That's pretty accurate, I would say.
And that's another Eastbound and Down reference.
Oh, I love Eastbound and Down. That may be one of the best shows. I mean,
Danny McBride.
Office, he's hilarious.
Danny McBride, dude. And he always has like a presence to him. Like,
yeah. He commands the room.
Yeah.
Well, I guess since we're talking about, you know, the diddling stuff, we might as well get into P diddle. So as of the time that we're putting this together, P Diddy kind of had, you know, his real estate rated.
And not a little bit.
A lot of it, yeah.
Yes, a lot of it.
And there's a lot of questioning going on about like how they're able to like do these raids, but then not actually arrest him or have him detained, and then.
Well, he got on a fucking plane.
So allegedly, apparently, what was happening?
Allegedly.
Yeah, I know we got to say all this. It's a shame, but this is what my experience was when I saw the news breaking. So.
I thought you were going to say my experience being on the business end of P Diddy. I'm sorry, you're not.
I did. I went to Puff Flavor camp. Me and Usher. No. But yeah, no, it seemed like, so they raided his properties. He got on this private jet. He went to the Caribbean. He was in Antigua, which is a place where there's no extradition to the U.S. But then what I've seen now is the plane's back. Apparently he wasn't on the plane. He was spotted in Miami. Then this guy, this 25-year-old guy supposed to be his drug mule, was just arrested.
We won't stop.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, bad boy.
So yeah, and now a lot of people are talking about, Jay-Z. There's the implication of like, all right, well, they were really close. Jay-Z was always like, dynasty, Illuminati. It was always speculated that him and Beyonce had something with Illuminati and Oprah. They're all connected.
Jay-Z, like, he rapped about being a drug dealer. Pretty serious one, right?
Oh, yeah. I think it was Jay-Z.
Yeah, 99 problems. He's just admitting to a crime.
Yeah.
What this makes me question is, where does Mac 10 fit in all this?
Mac 10?
Yeah, Mac. He was a...
I don't remember Mac 10. I know Tech 9.
Maybe Tech 9.
Tech 9? Is that who you're thinking of? Oh, I like Tech 9. I don't think he's involved in any of this. He's an older dude, but I guess so is P.
But in the 90s, they used to mention him in all types of rap music.
Tech 9?
Yeah.
Tech 9's awesome, dude.
I think he's innocent. We need to protect Tech 9 at all costs.
Yeah, I like Tech 9.
Give Tech 9 an AR.
I don't know about that. No, I'm sure he already has one. But I don't know if you saw, like, Usher came out. So Usher was, like, with P. Diddy when he was 13 years old. And then Justin Bieber was with him when he was 13 or 14, and a bunch of video came out resurfaced. Bieber looked very uncomfortable.
Usher said, yeah, I saw some shit.
Yeah. And then they said, like, would you let your 13-year-old go?
Hell no.
Yeah, exactly. Hell no. Yeah. So it's like, Cat Williams said it back on Club Shay Shay.
What?
You know? That P. Diddy want to be partying and you gots to tell him no. You know? Like, he came out, was talking about all that shit. There's a clip of, there's a few clips that are floating around that I gotta kind of pop them up and show them, but, there's some interesting stuff. I mean, P. Diddy came out and talked about his innocence, alleged innocence.
Bad boy, innocent.
Big Pimpin'. That's a good jam, actually. Yeah, so there's just a lot going on. But, 50 Cent came out and had a lot to say. Cat Williams obviously had a lot to say. There was this other guy, I forget, I have to put up his name and stuff, but he came out back in December talking about how P. Diddy's about to get raided. He's going to go down.
So I wouldn't be surprised if some storages or some of Puffy properties be getting raided real soon, because they need to get to those tapes. They get one of those tapes with him with those little people that's been making the accusations. Woo, man. Done. But Puffy the type, he'll blow his brains out, guarantee y'all. Or do like he did on that corkscrew lie, how he did. The next thing that's going to be happening, and after this, is now you're going to start seeing some criminal investigations getting opened. And because when you get too much of this smoke, law enforcement generally gets involved. So that'll be the next thing that will be happening to Puffy, unfortunately. For his sake, y'all know I'm one that believes if you ain't getting psychological help, getting some type of help, and you're a victim, you got to come right away with me and tell it. That's what's happening to y'all boy Puff, P. Diddy, Brother Love, and all of that. But don't act like y'all just starting to hear it. Because I've been telling y'all, the brother is a homosexual, and he's fighting it, trying to hide it, and he needed to just come clean. Yeah. How? It hasn't happened yet. He hasn't been raided yet. Trust Reggie motherfucking right. They coming. They talk about the secret tapes and the secret cameras and all of that. Too much. Too much for the police, for a law enforcement official to convince a DA and a judge to issue a warrant to at least go for a fishing expedition, to go hunting, to go looking for something. Hopefully, Diddy is smart enough to call up his good friend Russell and say, hey, Russell, I got these tapes, because it's one thing about pedophiles and murderers and stuff like that. They do not like getting rid of the evidence. They hold on to that shit like crazy. How many times y'all heard somebody get, like, damn, how the fuck that nigga still got the gun? That gun would have been in the ocean, here, there, How they hold, because they hold on to their tapes. That's why they do it. So they need it. And law enforcement know this. Like always saying, and you too, John, Reggie be lying, Reggie making up shit. But if y'all go and listen to my videos before, y'all see I done spoke on all this bullshit before. Been telling y'all, Puffy Combs is a fucking homosexual.
And then he said it again in February. So, like, he was kind of talking about it before any of this happened. He's probably
the snitch.
He's probably talking, yeah. He's probably talking with the feds.
The feds are probably like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, they're probably like, So, yeah, maybe because that was going on. Like, come on, like Epstein, this stuff has been going on for a long time. And there's a lot of people that are not, I don't think P. Diddy is in control of all this. I think there's somebody else that put him in control of all this, much like Epstein. And it's, it's to kind of like blackmail people. Oh, you were with that girl. She was 14. Whether they knew it or they didn't know it, now we got it on tape. You're going to do this for us now. This is kind of the way I kind of see it all playing out.
I wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Well, like, we don't know everything that's going on P. Diddy's Epstein Island.
Yeah, now you see
Stizzle.
He saw what happened to Epstein, so I'm sure he's shaking in his boots, like, you know, like, God, now that shit's gonna happen to me. Like, I'd be fucking terrified too. But, you know, you do the crime and you get hung in your jail cell, allegedly. What do you think of all this, Jeremy? This is a fucking shit show.
I think. I don't know. I think like rap music is going to. I mean, has P. Diddy really been relevant in the rap game in a while?
Not too much. You know, I think, again, it's like that 90s nostalgia. Like, now everybody that used to listen to that rap and watched Nickelodeon, like, we're all grown up and adults, and it's like, now they're just, oh, by the way, let's, you know, show you what was behind the curtain this whole time. And it's like, fuck, this is crazy. But it's a lot of the stuff, like, we've known it's been going on.
Like you know, but you don't have it.
Sorry, there's a dog. Hey, relax. My stupid parents' dog is here, so sorry about that. We're gonna have to.
I wonder what Biggie's thinking right now.
Biggie's rolling over in his gigantic grave. Hey, relax.
Are you gonna?
All right,
You're gonna
let's
be
chill.
doing some cutting to.
Listen, the Chinese restaurant is not far away. So a lot's been going on, and we, you know, like, we brushed. A lot of people aren't even talking about the attacks that happened in Russia at this point because so much has happened since then. And we got to get into it because we're like 20 minutes into the show and we haven't even gotten into some of this other stuff that we want to get into. So in Russia, at this, what was it, like a theater or a hall, like concert hall?
Yeah, a proper concert hall.
They basically went Inglourious Bastards on them.
Yeah.
Set the place on fire, shot everybody, as many people as they could kill. Absolutely tragic. But because it's Russia, nobody's talking about it. They've already brushed it under the rug, then the bridge. So it's like kind of one of those things.
Oh, like 133 people just tragically lost their lives.
Yeah, 133. So I mentioned to you that number 33 is kind of one of those things too that stick out. You'll see like a lot of news headlines where it's like, you know, on
is that like the big brother of 13?
Well, I did recently learn that there's like the last level of the Freemasons is level 33. So when you get to the top, that's level 33. And this guy just came out. He went undercover and got all this footage of the Freemasons. And they're basically kind of LARPing, but
like I never got that far, you know. Like I only made it to like level 20, then it was game over.
Yeah.
And back in the day, and I was out of quarters.
It's very odd. You know, there's some video that this guy took of they're basically like I said, they're LARPing, they're reading this stuff, they're acting, but a lot of it's like very, you know, satanic. They're mock burying this guy alive, but he's blindfolded, so he doesn't know what's going on. Like they're, you know, he thinks he's probably actually being buried alive.
I will say, Russia knows how to deal with their terrorists once they find them fuckers.
Yeah, the pictures that I saw of those guys afterwards that they caught were jacked up pretty good.
They would be horrendous, but they're fucking terrorists. Like you go.
Well, ISIS took credit for the attack.
Yeah.
Right. So,
like the one dude, the one Russian reenacted that scene with Michael Madsen in Reservoir Dogs.
yeah, I saw his ear all bandaged up. And,
He don't have an ear left.
dude, they all had 1,000-yard stares too. Like,
They are all thinking, what the fuck did we get ourselves into?
yeah, it's pretty wild.
And the one guy, they like shoved electrodes up his, not up his ass, like on his testicles, and
shock my balls. They shocked Santi's balls. You ever see that, South Park?
no.
Oh, Christmas episode. It's so good. Yeah, Santa, his sleigh goes down in the Middle East. So then they got him, and they're shocking his balls. And Jesus comes and saves him. And Santa's like, they shocked Santa's balls.
Oh no, not Santa's balls. What else is America planning? I don't know. Drink it. Drink the oil. Santa. I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't let him live. He shocked Santa's balls.
Classic South Park.
Either those guys are going to be executed immediately or tortured for 30 years. No in between.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to try to get as much information as they can out of them, that's for sure.
Then they're going to send them motherfuckers to Siberia.
Yeah, and they got some information out of them. I'm pretty sure Russia came out and was mentioning how, like, the U.S. and, we were somewhat involved, apparently. I don't know. That's what it's a Russian headline.
Okay, my birthday is over. You're...
I wouldn't be surprised. Or Russia could have been, it could be a false flag that Russia actually infiltrated on itself to try to to up the ante and start.
Or maybe ISIS doesn't
more.
like Russia's involvement in Syria, so they're treating Russia like they would treat the U.S. and Israel or any other Middle East country that doesn't fall in line.
Yeah, and with what the chaos is that's going on just in the world in general, you're gonna see more chaos. It's gonna just escalate because now it's like, well, this is our time to strike and make our move, and this is happening and that's happening and this bridge is out and that it's like just it's gonna
the world,
breed an opportunity for more chaos.
The world has gotten a lot more complicated and a lot more dangerous.
Yeah. Yep. Did you ever see Leave the World Behind, that movie on Netflix? That was the Obamas helped write quite a bit of that. Apparently, they helped kind of add their influence on. Well, one of the very
I need better things to jerk off to.
One of the very first thing that starts to go wrong, where there's an indication that something's wrong, is like everybody's relaxing on the beach, and a big like oil tanker comes up, and it's the power's out. And they're like, oh, it's going to stop. And then it just plows into the beach and everybody's like, panicking and running away. But that was one of the first dominoes to fall in that movie. And I just find it odd that, this thing happened with the bridge and the Obamas helped write that and, whatever.
Little Andy and his conspiracy theories.
I love them.
You're a little contrarian.
I love them, Jeremy.
You're a little contrarian, aren't you?
Let me have my...
When I say something's up, you say something's down, and it was the Jews.
No, I don't do that. All right, we covered a lot. We got a little bit of time left. I want to get into this squatters thing. So in New York City, there were these migrants, illegals that came in, they took over a house. Well, that's actually not what happened. So it was like these squatters, these were like white guys. They were in this person's house. This lady, actually, she inherited the house. I think she might have been Mexican, to be honest. It was a whole role reversal. It was a real hootenanny. It was like we were in the Upside Down for a minute. So she changed the locks on her house. Mm-hmm. She got arrested and detained for doing that. Because the squatters were in the home, and they kind of took it over.
And they lied and said, we were renting this out, right?
Yeah, they said they were renting it out. They had, stubs, and we had, receipts, and they never had anything to actually show anybody.
Because New York has incredibly weak laws if you own property.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible for the property owners. In Pennsylvania, it's tough too. I mean, if you have somebody in there that's renting and they stop paying you, I mean, they can destroy the place and live there rent free for a long time before you're able to get them out of there. It's insane. I know this because I have in-laws.
You used to be a squatter, right?
Yeah, the squatty potty. No, it's something that I have a secondhand account of because it happened to my in-laws. Secondhand.
First hand.
So yeah.
Bad boy.
So basically, These I guess some people saw that this was happening to this lady, and they kind of came and chased out the squatters that were there, which is pretty great.
A couple of pipe.
Yeah, some of the wise guys were coming around to make sure that business got handled.
Yeah.
But then there was also this guy that was, that did come across the border, Linnell Moreno. He came out and had a TikTok video. He's got all these followers, and he's telling them how you can come over, you can take a house in America. Somebody was saying something about how you kind of like mail yourself, piece of mail in your name to the address, and that kind of like solidifies something as well.
Somebody should make a TikTok. TikTok. like how
Jen
do you
Psaki saying Spotify.
how to use a claw hammer on Leanne Moreno.
No, don't do that. We don't condone violence.
I do.
Jeremy, you're gonna get us stricken.
It's a plastic claw hammer.
Okay, fair enough. We're LARPing. This is LARPing. This whole thing's just a LARP.
And plus, we're in a simulation, right?
Well, that's 100% true.
Right now we are.
I have to. We're gonna get in the simulation. We might have to get in that in the next episode because I found a really cool video that talks about evidence of it. There's a lot of different examples of why we live in a simulation.
Okay, back to...
So back to Mr. Morano or Marino.
Morano.
Yeah, Morano. He was nabbed by ISIS. He was seen crying with his child in a video recently. So that didn't go so well for him.
There is no crying in illegal immigration.
Yeah, well, when they're coming for you, there is. So that kind of backfired on him. I just love how it all comes out and plays out, though. Like, a week ago, this is happening. He's putting out this video, and then just, a few days later, he's nabbed by ISIS, and he's crying on his TikTok.
ISIS?
ICE.
Freudian slip sister.
I do that too often.
Yeah, because...
Yeah, shut up, Jeremy. So my buddy Ron D down in Florida, he's back to being a governor.
Yeah,
God bless him for being a governor. That's where he belongs. He's passing laws against this squatter shit. To make sure that it's not happening in Florida. So God love him. He recently passed something. I don't think it fully passed yet, but he's trying to put a law into place for 14-year-old kids not to be able to be on social media. I think either without some sort of consent or something like that. So, he's doing some good things to kind of combat some of this shit.
Basically, he's playing parent. Like a 14-year-old should not have an online presence.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, if and when I have kids, they're gonna need to be a freshman in college before they get a Facebook.
Yeah. By the time you have kids, the world will just be sticks and stones left. So don't worry about it.
Oh, it's gonna be like the end of the Time Machine.
I kind of forget. Isn't that where they're back in prehistoric times, basically?
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah, it's a perfect circle, this simulation that we live in. So, I guess, we're going to get into the next episode. You got to tune in the next episode to see what we talk about the simulation theory.
The next episode.
We still have a little bit more tonight, though.
Bad boy.
A little bit more tonight.
Bad boy.
Diddy was giving him the D, the I, the C, the K. All right. Haiti. So Haiti, again, self-correction, people. A little while ago, the gangs are running wild in Haiti. They're eating people in the streets. They're setting things on fire. They're raping. They're pillaging. They're taking shit over. And now, you don't want to point. You got to do this. I do not have sexual relations.
What they doing in Haiti?
Well, now the people are rebelling against it because they're fighting back. I guess they realized, hey, there's more of us than there are of them.
And we know how to use a coconut.
So yeah, Haiti was. Did you see the videos of the cannibals?
No.
You didn't see this?
No, I don't.
Dude, there were videos of the people. They were. I mean, who knows? What's real
I don't
anymore.
seek out cannibal videos. I know I have a reputation But I like kittens and puppies, not cannibals.
Right. No, yeah, they're like literally like it's a rotisserie chicken on a fucking stick. Like people just,
Okay, so they're the baddest boys of this episode of the podcast. Bad boy.
Yeah, they're pretty bad. Hopefully most of them are dead now because not that we condone violence. But yeah, hopefully the people in Haiti were able to rise up and take back their
They're probably
their shithole.
Yeah, it is a show. Man, it would be awesome if you're like really doing shit from traps from Return of the Jedi.
I'm not a Star Wars guy.
Where the rebels take over the Endor moon with the Ewoks, and the Ewoks are just using primitive
I gotcha.
traps. It's like Home Alone.
Like a net.
Yeah, like it was like Home Alone, like 40 years before Home Alone.
I love it.
Okay, maybe not 40.
Paint cans. So I was actually, me and my wife were in Haiti. Now, when you go to Haiti on one of these cruise ships, we went with Royal Caribbean, they basically have their own little section of the island.
Yeah.
That's nowhere near the general population. It's not like, I've been on cruises and been to the Caribbean, been to Mexico, been to certain places where it's like, you go, you shop, you go to restaurants. Not in Haiti. In Haiti, it was like, okay, this is our little section, and you can't even get over to the other section. It was like mountains and trees and everything in between. We spent 4 hours in a cabana that felt like 15 minutes. It was fucking amazing.
Probably with no Haitians.
No Haitians at all. But that would have been pretty scary if you're on the island, like enjoying a Caribbean cruise, and all of a sudden, like the gangs start taking over. Like you're like, oh fuck, like
the bad guys from Captain Phillips.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they're
I'm the captain now. Somalian.
yeah, not the same thing, but kind of the same thing.
Was that no? So Speed 1 was the bus. Was Speed 2 a bus, and then Speed 3 a boat, or was there a Speed 3, or no? It was just Speed 1 and 2.
I think it's just Speed 1 and 2.
So on 2 they were on the boat, and the boat got taken over, and that was actually pretty cool. I kind of like that, and it was flooding, and they had. All right, that's when I used to actually watch movies for the most part. The final thing I'm going to get into is like the latest thing that happened. Like when I say the latest thing, it happened a while ago at this point, but I wanted to get into it because the video is absolutely apeshit crazy. Did you see the subway fight where the guy had a knife and then the other guy pulled out a gun and then the guy took the guy's gun and shot him in the head?
No, I did not. Like I said, husky videos, kitten videos. How to make the perfect quesadilla. I know I have a reputation, but that's just based on what I do on stage. Everybody knows I'm a cuddly bear. I don't seek out knife, gun, pew pew pew.
You don't. All right. Well, we'll get into this in a second. Well, hold on. Let me get this to normal speed so you can kind of see what happens here. So yeah, we'll put up the video so people can see. But basically, this guy is fighting this guy in the yellow shirt, and then at one point he pulls out a gun, but then the other guy was able to get the gun and shoot the guy in the head. Basically, I guess he killed him. Shot him in the head. So, and then there was somebody that pulled out a knife at one point and was like stabbing the one guy in his side. The whole thing was like an absolute fucking looked like something out of a movie. A total shit show in New York. I wish I could get a little bit of a better video for you.
You could not pay me to get on a subway. Here's a wheelbarrow full of cash. Go fuck yourself. I'll walk.
Yeah, I mean, and the subways have always been bad. I mean, my wife used to live in New York, and a couple times I went to the city and had to be there. It's like the subways have always been not a great place.
But now
now it's really bad. I mean, they had the National Guard there.
Now it's the Thunderdome.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And of course, like all the videos that I'm pulling up now are kind of general, vague videos. Oh, there you go. This is when this chick like pulls out a knife and starts stabbing the guy. You see, like grabs his back. So he kind of pins the guy, and yeah, she's like da da. And so then he ends up pulling out the gun, and then he ends up getting shot too. So it's fucking just a shit show. So he pulls out the gun. Guy in the yellow takes the gun and pops him.
Looks like
that dude in the yellow is pretty badass. Dude.
Oh yeah. Too bad he'll be going to jail for defending himself.
Nah, not in New York. Not with this one. No charges in subway shooting. The DA in New York. No charges.
All right. Obviously not a white.
No, definitely not. Now, if that was Mr. Penny who choked out the guy and was actually helping people, who's gonna probably do a lot of time. No, Daniel Penny, hero.
Yeah.
But yeah, nope. DA said he wouldn't be charged. 32-year-old man who fired the gun in the subway critically injured one person in self-defense. So I guess he shot him in the head and didn't kill him. This must have been a cap gun?
Like always double tap.
What the fuck was this gun?
He went pew. He should have went pew pew.
Yeah. So, I mean, that is everything we wanted to get into tonight, people. A lot of news, not any comedy, unfortunately. Hopefully you found some time to laugh with us during the episode here.
Bad boy.
Thank you for watching the show. This is Jeremy H.
This is Andy G.
We will see you guys on Monday next week at 6 p.m. Bye.
Hey, thanks for watching the Jeremy and Andrew Show. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. New show every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern.